Watch that drink. Boom. We're back.
Good afternoon.
What is this?
More like good evening. It's like 7.
Right now. It's like 8.
It's like 8. We're getting close.
Yeah.
Week 8.
Week 8. Week 8?
Yeah. Let's.
Back at it.
Yes.
Guess we're going to start off with a banger here. Texas, Georgia. All right. In Texas, in Austin,
It is.
Ewers is back.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very good defense, as we noticed, against Oklahoma with their big 34-3 win.
Explosive offense.
Very explosive offense. But Georgia, we let up a lot of points against Mississippi State. But at the same time, offense was clicking. Offense looked good. 41 points against an SEC opponent that's dominating fashion. That's pretty good.
Clemson scored
But
49.
defense was not clicking as it should. I'm going to be honest. A lot of people are picking Texas here because, it is in Texas.
Don't
But my take here,
doubt.
and I know I'm biased. I know I'm a Georgia fan, but Georgia plays down to Alabama every single year. Every single time we play them, they play down to them.
Even when you win.
And in the following weeks, Georgia makes a lot of comebacks. I know Kirby has something special planned for this game. I think Georgia makes it out with a very, very close one here.
Yeah. I could see this game being a blowout for Georgia. Like, I don't pick Georgia a lot of the times. I'm not a big fan of Georgia, but I respect them.
I want Georgia to win just so Oregon's number 1.
No. Georgia would be number 1 then.
Yeah, if we beat Texas, we'd be 1 probably.
Nah, because you lost.
That's fair. Oregon's undefeated.
I mean,
That'll be a good decision, but
I feel like
I see-
Oregon's overrated in my opinion, but we'll get to that.
I could see Georgia having a very dominant game against Texas. Like you said, interesting game against Bama. I feel like that was just like a wake up call, really. Because
They needed that too.
Yes, and what Nick Saban texted, who was it? Kirby Smart after the game. He said that could be the best thing that ever happened to your team this season, and that's like so true though.
It's so true.
Because like this year, I'm kind of a fan of Jalen Milroy. Ryan Williams, he's a dog. Like right now, they're looking. I like him. I respect
Their
him.
defense is good.
But I feel like they kind of a little lucky. I mean, you're in the hands of a generational wide receiver, and he just like shined his magic on you, like put a little fairy dust. But I feel like Georgia they should have won that game.
One that, by the record, should be a senior in high school right now, and is probably he's a top 10 Heisman pick right now. He's sitting at like 9 on the Heisman boards. So.
Yeah.
Wait for sophomore, junior year. Ryan Williams
He won't
is going
say,
to be.
He won't even. He might not even stay for junior. That's crazy.
You have to stay for your junior season. You have to have 3 years.
Never mind.
I have no doubt in my mind he's going to win the Heisman one of his years of college.
Wow. We'll look back at this. But I could see Georgia having a very dominant game against Texas because, I mean, they're Georgia. They just have so many studs. Every time I think of Georgia and dominant, I think of college football 25. Their backup tight end has superstar.
Yep.
So that tells you a little bit about how good they are.
They're loaded.
So
great quarterback, great running back, top 3 offensive line in the country,
best college football, but
tight end core in the
25.
country, pretty good receiving core, and obviously Georgia's known for their defense. You know what I mean? And they have a loaded defense too.
Malachi Starks,
Michael Williams.
I know that guy.
Shmuel Mondon. There's just so many.
Smile.
Nazir Stackhouse. There's so many great players, and even some of the freshmen have been looking good. Safety KJ Bolden and Ellis Robinson. They've been shining. They've been playing really well so far. KJ Bolden in 44 snaps. On the season has only allowed 1 catch.
Wow, that's
on 17 targets, so that's pretty good stats.
Yeah,
they're good.
I don't know. I feel like the score would be like a 28, like a 28. I'm calling it 28-14 or 31-14 Georgia.
I think it's closer than that.
I just feel like Texas. something throws me off with them. I mean, yes, they play Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is very weird.
They're going to get humbled like Georgia sometime this season. I don't know when it's going to happen. I think it'll be this week.
I just think they're overrated. Texas is. I mean, you got good old Matthew McConaughey on the sidelines every game. You got Quinn Ewers. You got all these playmakers. Isaiah Bond. There's another Isaiah Bond, right, on Georgia? I mean, Bama.
Isaiah Bond from Bama transferred to Texas.
Okay, there's a different guy I'm thinking about. But they just, I don't see them. I see them being a playoff team, obviously, this year. But, like.
You don't see them as a 1 seed?
No. I see that going to either Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon. Or
it would
throw
be
in a wild
over
card.
Ohio State.
Throw in a wild card if whoever you want. But those 3 teams right now are mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see Texas being up there. Simple fact, Georgia, I think they roll them. Scoreboard doesn't show it. Dominant game.
I mean, Texas struggled a little bit against Louisiana Monroe. I know Arch was their quarterback, but he threw 2 interceptions against Louisiana Monroe. And, I mean, it was a pretty fairly close game.
And this is what I've been talking about since, week 0 of our podcast this season. I said Arch Manning is either going to start for Texas some part in the season and can finish out the season as a starter or transfer. Right now, it's not looking like that's going to become true.
I don't think he's transferring.
But at some point, he's got to make a decision. Is he going to not waste, but is he going to discard 2 full seasons of his college career?
It's already over now. He can't transfer now. He's only got 2 left.
Yeah. So, he's in a pickle and a big pickle jar. So,
I mean, I think he stays and plays his junior season at.
Is this the point?
Texas. Did they redshirt him? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Well.
This is the point where if Georgia rolls Texas, do you start Arch Manning in the 4th quarter or the 3rd quarter and just see what he does? And maybe the next game you start Arch Manning because he does good.
I mean, I would.
Maybe. His last name is Manning.
All right.
Second game, Clemson, Virginia. Look, not the best game, but
Virginia's killed. It's over.
Um,
we were at the Wake game on Saturday.
Got the shirt on.
Wake Clemson.
Hey.
And Wake came out a little strong, but Clemson, they showed that they're Clemson and that they're worthy of being a top 10 team and also a serious playoff contender. And I just don't think Virginia gives them any trouble this week at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Part of me was like, it's Virginia. But I'm like, yeah, it's Virginia.
It's Virginia.
Yeah, fun fact, our old offensive coordinator, we had 2 back in the dynasty. We had 2, Tony Elliott and a white guy. I forgot. He went to be a head coach at some small school. But Tony Elliott was the running backs coach and the offensive coordinator. He was incredible. He coached Travis Etienne, Wayne Gallman, all those guys. Yeah. He's now the head coach of Virginia. And Virginia had a lot of, I want to say, drama because it's serious. The 2 guys got shot on their team. So they're coming off of
one who just recently last season got back to being able to play. One of the guys that did live, 3 got shot. So
they got a little bit more motivation. But, I mean, it's Virginia.
We saw them last year, even with 0 wins, come out with some big wins against, they beat a ranked UNC team last year. Even when they weren't beat, So, I'm not saying that they're gonna win because they're not. But I think they're a tough team. But I think Clemson beats them by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I can see that too. I'm not trying to brag, but last week I said 42-10 Clemson. It was 49-14.
That's pretty.
That's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
That's pretty. I mean. I knew.
And he got some other predictions right, which we'll get to in a minute. And
dude,
I went 0 for 2. You went.
Last week I was on point.
Yeah.
On point.
Yeah.
And I knew Clemson's defense would struggle early. Mm-hmm. We will settle in, and our offense struggle early. Selling.
Peter Woods is even bigger in person. We were all thinking the same thing.
Saw them if
third play of the game, he throws the running back down deep in the backfield, and me and Maddox turned, made direct eye contact, and said, "Peter Woods, the exact same time. Big chunky.
I like 'em big.
All right, next game.
Bama, Tennessee.
Hot take. Tennessee wins.
Wow.
Listen, hear me out. I mean, I don't think that's a crazy hot take because if Vandy beat Bama and South Carolina was only 2 shy of beating them
They're looking
in
rough.
Bryant-Denny, in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa,
Bryant-Denny.
then a game, Bryant-Denny, that's what their stadium's called.
They need to rename that, bro.
All right, listen to me. Knoxville.
Bryant-Denny. Sorry.
Knoxville is such a hard place to play. Such a hard place to play.
They beat him like 2 years
They
ago.
have a great quarterback that early in the year looked like a Heisman contender.
Nico.
Is now getting a little bit of humbling now that they get into SEC play, right? But they have a good team. They have a tough team. It's James Pierce, midseason All-American. He's been great.
In the first week, he was like a top 5 prospect, still is, but he's a beast. He's like a quicker Micah Parsons, if you're wondering.
He's quick off the edge. He's 27 for Tennessee.
He's a linebacker playing D end. He's scary. He's like a Josh Allen Jaguars, but quicker.
Yeah, he's quick. And then you got obviously Nico. He's a stud. You got
They have a
good wide receiving core. Squirrel White.
when they score a lot. In the beginning of the season, they scored a lot against bad teams, which you suppose, but they scored a lot. In the second half, they were like,
Oh yeah, being up 65-0 against Kent State at halftime is ridiculous.
Halftime.
I mean, it's Kent State, but that was halftime. Yeah. Like 65 in a full game is ridiculous, but at halftime, I mean, if they had continued on that pace, it would have been in the hundreds. So
yeah,
they have an explosive offense. They have a good defense, but the real thing is their offense. And Alabama's defense hasn't been looking great over the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Their offense has been looking a little lackluster, but still dominating as in Alabama fashion. Jalen Milroe has been good. Ryan Williams has been good. They've been good. But I'm just saying, Tennessee's got a tough team, and it's in Knoxville, and I think Tennessee gets out with a win here.
I think it's going to be a very close game because, again, it's in Knoxville. And, but I'm hoping for the old Bama team that we saw beat Georgia, and I just feel like this is a Ryan Williams type game. They need to give him the ball more. Like, against Vandy, they gave him the ball not enough, but they gave the ball him a lot. They need to throw the ball to him out of 5 times, 3 times.
Yeah.
So 80%,
He should not be their wide receiver, too.
80% of the times they should be throwing to him.
He should be. He might be now. I don't really know. Yeah, but I think Tennessee wins by a touchdown.
Yeah, I think Bama wins this game. A close, probably like a field goal. But a close game. This is an interesting game. Michigan, Illinois. Now, here's another thing. I said
This
Michigan.
is not the same Michigan team we saw last year.
Week 0. I said Michigan is going to decline quickly. You agreed with me in some part. You said they would decline, but not insanely. I don't think either of us thought it would be this bad. Like,
I didn't think
if they lose,
to some of the teams that they're losing.
Michigan, defending champions, will be under.
Here's my thing on Michigan. They are so inconsistent. They beat teams like USC, which are pretty good football teams. Gave Penn State a real close game on Saturday. And Penn State's the 4th, or now they're up to 3, but they were the 4th best team in the country.
That's annoying. They barely beat USC, and I understand it. Ohio State loses, but
then Michigan gets beat by who'd they get beat by? Washington by 10-2. They didn't make a good quarterback decision. Some guy that I'm happy I read his backstory. He's a good guy, but he was a walk-on. He throws like three interceptions a game. I think they should have started Alex Orji, who is
like him.
a stud. They could have put in a little package for him where he's
like a Nico type quarterback,
speed option kind of thing, and he's got a cannon on him. So I feel like that would have been a better move for Michigan. Illinois has looked good in some big games this year. Good Nebraska team they beat.
Nebraska's sleeper team. Watch out for them in the coming years. They got Dylan Raiola. I love him.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Many moms.
He flipped commitment from Georgia, so that broke my heart. But
dude, they would have been so good. I don't blame him for flipping because he wanted to start it.
And his dad went to Nebraska. His roots are in Nebraska. I see why he flipped. Yeah. But anyway, I think Illinois wins this game. I think they win by a touchdown, maybe the 10. I really do. I think this is not the same Michigan team we saw last year, and for good reason. They lost pretty much every last bit of talent except for like 2 or 3 players
Donovan Edwards.
in the draft. They had
And
so many players drafted.
Mason Graham. Those are the 2 big guys.
Those 2. And then I don't think I can name
And
another.
Will Campbell was his
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah, the cornerback for him.
Colston Loveland.
Colston Loveland too. So yeah, they still have a
Safety that's really good.
they still have a pretty dominant team, but they lost McCarthy, Blake Corum, majority of their offensive line.
Lost
A
13
goal.
starters and their head coach.
Yeah, their head coach, majority of their defense, one of their best cornerbacks, Will Johnson. So they lost a ton of talent this year, and Illinois just has looked pretty good. I think Illinois gets out of here with a win.
Hear me out. My parents lived in Illinois. I like Illinois, mainly because my parents lived there. It's a cold state. You go there, bring your jacket. Michigan, go there, bring your jacket. You know why? Because both of these teams are cold. They're not exciting. They're running the ball through your mouth. I mean, but you said they lost 13 starters and their head coach. Respectable, they're going to decline. Not this much, though.
Yeah.
Georgia, 2021, how many starters did they lose to the draft? Do you remember?
Like 24.
24. They came back and they were in the championship, right? Correct?
Yeah, back to back. Yep.
Yep.
And then they had another over 20 players drafted the next year, too.
They went almost a three-peat with losing 11 more starters than Michigan. Michigan should not be this bad. I think
They made the wrong. Sharon Moore made the wrong quarterback choice. That's my big thing.
I think whoever quarterback they start, I think Michigan's still going to win because they still have a very good team and still a good O-line because it's a Big Ten and they're going to run the ball with Donovan Edwards and Mason Graham's going to plug that line. I mean, you still got a good team. I don't see Illinois winning this game. I feel like Michigan escapes. Is this at Michigan? Do you know?
I have no idea.
They had a what?
Is it at Michigan? Do you know? We'll see. Fact check. With Google, we can search anything we don't know. That's a throwback to one of our shorts. Got like 100-something views. It's wow.
They're playing at Michigan Beach in Illinois.
That's funny.
Oh.
Michigan Beach.
In Illinois. Okay, yeah.
By the way, in 21.
Is that Illinois Stadium? So it's at Illinois? Yeah, I think Illinois wins.
What were you saying?
In 21, Georgia had 26 players drafted, and in 22 they had 15, which is still more than Michigan.
So my point, they should not be this.
26 is insane.
They should not be this bad.
Because here's the thing, guys. There's 11 players on both sides of the ball. That's 22 total. They got 26 players drafted. So
And
they
4
got
backups.
and 4 backups. That's insane. And
Yeah,
they
but
still
one
went
of them
back
was
to back.
on special teams.
Well, yeah, but still,
Probably kicker.
that's
But
insane.
If you think about it, I bet if you look at Georgia's recruiting those years though versus Michigan's recruiting, like for this past
Michigan probably,
off season, I don't think their recruiting class was very good.
because they probably knew he's
Well, because
leaving.
Everybody knows Harbaugh left,
Yeah.
and they're losing a lot of people. So, and you know, Sharon Moore.
Harbaugh's been their guy for so long. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
But-
they have to set up a new recruiting.
Sherman Moore has been an interesting coach.
he hasn't proved himself yet to me at all.
I liked him when he was their backup. I really liked him.
The OC, you mean?
He had an interesting game against Penn State, and
I think he's a good OC, but I don't know.
Yeah.
hasn't
He-
shown himself to
He's
be
a
good.
career OC.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
not
a
gonna be a head
he's not a head coach.
he had a very good game against like a 10-ranked Penn State. He had a good game against Ohio State. So he's shown that he can do it. Without him crying tears about Jim Harbaugh, he's not doing much.
No.
I do think he's going to stay from Michigan. I can't see him transferring somewhere else. I don't know if you use that word for coaches.
You don't.
But I don't see
Just be
him
leaving.
I don't see him leaving Michigan. I think he stays. I think a rebuild might take place for Michigan.
I don't know.
But
This is
clearly not this year. I think Illinois wins.
This is a hot take, but I think a potential good move for Michigan would be to try and find a new head coach and be able to have Shermore back as offensive coordinator.
Do you
He's
think
not.
he would? The thing
I don't know
though,
if he'd
do you
want
think
to.
he would want to?
Yeah, I don't know that he would want to, but like
He's not going
He
to
would probably try to go somewhere else and be.
He would
head
not
coach.
accept that. He's not. Don't take that lightly. But
Unless Harbaugh comes back.
that'll test his dude. Chargers playing good. J.K. Dobbins on my fantasy team. Pick that boy up. He's playing against a good Denver defense. Put like 18 points.
That's
So,
good. All right.
I didn't even score triple digits in fantasy this week.
I had 140 with one of my guys running for negative 10 yards and one of them having absolutely 0 points. I
Who?
still put a 140.
Who was that Buccaneers running back?
Travis Etienne putting up negative 10 points this week.
Adam.
There was a lot of players that put up 0 or negative.
No, who's that Buccaneers? He was a Syracuse running back. He put like all-time records for Syracuse. He's a running back, kind of like a hard-nosed hitter, also
You
quick.
said he plays for the Bucks.
The
Yes.
rookie?
Yes, he's a
But
rookie.
it's not Syracuse, it's Oregon, Bucky Irving.
No. Different guy. I love Bucky Irving. Like, our very first episode, I remember this. I said Bucky Irving is a watch out for him for Heisman because he was electric in Oregon, and I love him.
Rashad White,
No, he's like their third string.
Sean Tucker.
Yes.
Yeah, Sean.
He
Yeah,
may be a
was it.
second year guy, but
Yeah, he's not a rookie this year, I don't think.
he had like 34 points in fantasy. Anyway, college football.
That's crazy. All right,
My hot takes.
Yeah, he is.
hot take segment. What we got today, Maddox?
This week we have.
Either he sat all last year or that he's a rookie.
He
Well,
said
he was a very good college running back for Syracuse. He was scary against Clemson. Last week we had what's that word?
Dynamita.
Damnita.
Flaming hot.
Last week we had the hot ones. Now we're on extra hot.
Ooh,
So these are new.
Die more.
Maddox.
These are.
I
new.
would have had water in here.
There's water right
That
here.
was not smart. Get me one too. These are gonna be hot. I'm gonna crack it open and get a little smell going. Ooh, that's hot. I can already tell. Ooh,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, that's gone. I was thirsty. All right,
So, just dive in. Oh my.
there you go. Hold on, we need a cheers. Cheers. Good taste to start.
Not spicy right now.
Doesn't feel bad.
Just kicking them.
Took a turn quick.
It's gone quiet on the set.
Those are really good.
It's
It's actually not that bad. I feel like the ones last week were hotter.
in my throat.
I feel like the ones last week were hotter. Those are good. Can I take this home again?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like the camera doesn't capture Maddox's reactions like crazy as well.
Just do like this.
Oh, throat.
Do this slow zoom in. And like.
I'm gonna stick to this, but I meant to put in the intro and I'll put it in later. I just didn't have time to go grab it.
Oh my gosh, the second one hits hard.
I was gonna put in the video of you trying to jump onto the couch.
Dude, we need to do that this
House.
week. Do it this week. I
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
Try and get it in there. I want it in the intro.
Dude, that'll be so funny.
I'm gonna try and get it to be like the last.
The
part
second
of the
one
intro.
hits hard. It's like that second.
These are good.
It's like a second sweet tea. It's Smithfield's. It hits hard.
It's like a sweet tea at Smithfield.
So Langston get a try here.
If you have second sweet tea at Smithfield's, you know what I'm talking about.
Dude, I remember we stopped there after our squad weekend. I said, I want a large. It was this, it's like a gallon bucket.
But you can't take them on the bus.
I know. I brought my I ran out, grabbed my water bottle real quick, and like dumped it.
When you're
Aren't
like,
those good?
I didn't even have
Yeah.
enough. I didn't have enough money
not
for.
spicy.
I didn't have enough money for a cup, like a 50-cent cup, because I bought so much merch. So I took my water bottle and like filled it with Fanta. Anyway,
I think we need to up the spice level. This isn't bad. Next week, go hotter.
I'll find something.
I can see if I can grab something.
Well, no.
I could
I'm
eat
going
this
to
whole
Walmart
bag.
tomorrow. I'll find something.
Give me something good. Good and
The
spicy.
international aisle.
Let me see the overview.
I'll have like a. Oh, you know what? I'll send you a picture of me with a giant shopping cart full of spicy stuff. I'll send it to you. You should put that as like a little picture.
The what's it called?
Hot takes segment thing.
Thumbnail.
No, but like thumbnail.
Thumbnail.
All right. Hot takes. First of all, he was right. All right, everybody clap it up. Give him the praise he deserves.
I need like a. What's it called?
Bow. Yep. Congrats. You're the king of
I was
hot.
out of frame. I was out of frame.
You're the king of hot takes.
Yeah.
Hey, last week though, when you said play dramatic music, I did it. I don't know if you noticed, but I added
Dude,
it.
I didn't play it. I didn't even watch it with sound. I don't know why. I'll rewatch it. I was right. LSU Ole Miss. I said LSU would win because I'm big on LSU this year. I think they're gonna be a playoff team. I think they're gonna be like probably the 11th seed, but I think they could be a sleeper team to get to like far in. Kyron Lacey, like a couple weeks ago, I don't think.
Can I unscrew that and have some water, please?
Yeah.
Like, I won't drink from the thing. Yeah, those are hot.
He's wide receiver for LSU. He's very good. He got the game-winning. He like one very big play.
Gracias.
Yep, he had a very good game for LSU, and I said LSU would be Ole Miss. Both you say guys, I was crazy.
I didn't
they
believe
won. Oregon, Ohio State. I said Oregon would win. I said barely won.
1 point barely.
That's as barely as you can get.
So, and I was really close on the Clemson prediction. So,
Yeah. All right. What we got?
next, don't immediately start praising Oregon or dissing Ohio State.
I'm not dissing Ohio State, and I'm definitely not praising Oregon. I feel like
Here's the
Oregon escaped that game with the best thing that could happen to them. I did not think they were going to win that game. They shouldn't have won that game. Ohio State's a more talented team.
Here's the deal.
They didn't play like it.
You kind of like Oregon,
Yeah.
and I kind of like Oregon. I like
You
Oregon.
like everybody, Maddox. Don't lie.
Max likes the
Oregon's like 2 for me. It's Clemson and Oregon, and then Coastal Carolina.
What do you wait, before we move on? What are your thoughts on that no review on that catch on their first drive?
Oh, like the interception?
Oh.
Well, even though Oregon still would have won though.
Yeah, no, but
I thought that was an interception because he didn't have control when he hit the ground.
I didn't know. I feel like they should have reviewed that for sure.
that's the thing. It's like in my eyes, yeah, definitely should have been an interception, but they needed to review that.
He said
I can't-
we need to get more spicy,
You
and
keep
he's
eating
jugging
them.
my walla.
He's thirsty. He's not dying of spice.
He's jugging my white girl walla. That's my white girl walla.
We're out of water.
Oh man,
All right. Can I see the sheet, please?
you got fingerprints on my white girl walla.
Sorry, there's
Um,
red. Can I see it, please?
Don't praise Oregon immediately because they did escape with the win. I do see them.
I wasn't planning on it.
I do see them declining in a couple weeks.
Same. How'd they beat Ohio State and they only beat an FCS Idaho by 10?
So I
Hear
like,
me out.
but just and don't start dissing Ohio State. They still
Definitely
have a-
not.
They have a very good team.
Very
I
talented.
mean, they're coming out to play Purdue this week, who had a good game last week. They played really well. I don't remember who they played, but Purdue won. And
That's a shocker.
who was it? They played. They came out.
Purdue hasn't had a bad history. of
We
football.
we both agree that Oregon falls off a little in the
they
next
lost-
couple weeks.
No, they lost to Illinois. That's who it was.
Illinois is not
Almost
bad
won.
though. Illinois is not bad though. Flashback: Purdue beat #1 ranked Ohio State a couple years ago. They didn't beat them; they blew them out of the water. Remember that? The guy had cancer, and he was always in the wheelchair for Purdue. It was college game day, and it was Dwayne Haskins' era for Ohio State. It was at Purdue, and Purdue beat Ohio State by a lot.
Wow. All right.
Anyway, that happened. So yeah,
Final hot take. Oregon falls off a little in the next couple weeks.
yep, that was
They
what
do.
I said.
I don't know if they lose.
kinda
I just think
hinted
they
on
have a couple lackluster performances, and I think they drop to about the 4 or 5 spot.
See, the only lackluster performance they've maybe had is against Idaho.
And that was real lackluster though.
Yeah, but they didn't even have Tez Johnson. He was out for that game, and I think they were missing some key players on defense too. But they didn't score as much as they have been. Since
Well,
then.
still, they
But
should
It's
have.
also the first
they-
game of the season.
Evan Stewart and Dylan Gabriel that were there. They should have lit the scoreboard up.
Here's the deal.
But
They
think
didn't.
about you're bringing in a transfer into the first game of the year.
I was not worried about Oregon after that game. I'm just saying.
It'll be fine.
I'm just saying
It did, but it'll be fine.
I'm just saying that was a weak performance coming from clearly this team. All right.
Okay,
Or
last thing I want to say about Oregon, Tez Johnson needs to get the ball more because Bo Nix and him last year were on point. I love Bo Nix, and they had a connection that was really good last year.
They have
Obviously,
two could be top 5 wide receivers in college football.
obviously it's different when you have Tez Johnson, who's been in Oregon for a while. Not a while. It's like sophomore year or whatever.
I think it's his junior, but yeah.
Junior. So he's been there a little bit, and with Dylan Gaver, who's he's like played the most games in college football history. That was hard.
He
to
went
say.
from UCF to Oklahoma to
He's
now
at UCF?
Oregon. Yeah, that's where he started. Yeah.
That's cool. Was he part of that national champions team?
He
No.
wasn't that early. Because that was like 2016.
That was annoying. That was annoying. Anyway,
Tez Johnson is Bo Nix's brother.
No.
he's black.
No, he's not.
And Bo Nix is
Yeah,
white.
black. There's
Cut
a
that
small
out.
option.
Good Lord, Max is like, that doesn't add up. If you look at it real close, you can see there's a distinct difference between the two of them.
Let me keep reading this.
All right, Heisman picks.
This is my Heisman top 5.
Hold on.
I mean, they're like brothers.
Yeah, you read that wrong. Ashton Genty.
I read the title of the article, and then I started reading the article.
I was like, that doesn't add up. Like, so I don't. I'm no mathematician, but I don't.
It's ain't rock science.
Bo Nix's brothers, Caleb Nix and Tez Johnson. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. If you've been watching college football,
He
Hopefully
There's-
you
in
are.
high school.
there is a clear Heisman front runner right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ashton Genty. Again, this
Go on
week,
a rant. Go on
he
a
had
rant.
31 rushes,
Cook.
which is a lot. They give him
Cook.
the ball a lot for good reason.
Let him cook.
lot of rushes for over 200 yards. I think it was like 208 or something, and 2 total touchdowns. Right?
Yeah.
That's averaging. Langston, you want to do the math? 31 carries for 208 yards. What is he averaging per carry on that game?
You have to.
Game?
You have to.
He's
add
averaging
all
like
them up, and you have
10.9
to divide it
right
by
now
how many times you
normally
added
per
it.
carry.
Math.
He is incredibly quick, but also you can't take him down. He will run you over. He
He's
is
the
the best running back.
Talking about last week against Hawaii.
Yeah,
He was averaging 7 yards per carry.
That's so insane.
6.7 per catch.
that's
he only
insane.
had 3 receptions, but
That's insane.
He averaged like 10 over the season last
Yeah,
week.
so right now he's averaging like 9 or 10 yards per carry.
he's at 9.9.
Yeah, 9-9. That is, like, if you're a college football fan, that is unheard of. No one's averaging almost 10 yards a carry. No one. That's insane, right? That's insane. He is already almost at 1,300 yards rushing on the season. And he just played his 6th game. He's been great. He has been very, very good, and he's on pace to break Barry Sanders' all-time college rushing yard record.
Nice him.
And he's number 1 for sure. My number 2, you have Jalen Milroe. It is not Jalen Milroe for me. For me, you all right? For me,
Him in that water. Right. Left. Table. Yep. Continue.
for me, it's Travis Hunter. For me, it's Travis Hunter. And I know Colorado's 4-2. I know that they're not that good of a team. I know that they're an unranked team. But if you look really close at Travis Hunter, he still has, I think he's top receiving right now. You go get water. Sorry, I drank.
For me, it's going to depend on his injury.
Yeah. But as of right now, he is.
What is that?
Go get water. Bring me back some too. I need some too. Hunter has been great.
Had an adult beverage.
If he
Tennessee whiskey.
No Lord, Maddox throwing up in the bathroom.
Maddox got drunk on Gridiron talk.
Oh Lord. All right, Hunter is.
Maddox out of pocket clips.
Yeah.
Dude, last episode of the season we needed to add.
Like,
Bloopers on this season.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
All right, right now, Hunter is a top 3 receiver and also a top 3 cornerback for sure. And if you put those two together, that's unheard of. Because if you play on both sides of the ball, there's usually he's an insane receiver, but he's okay on defense. He is great on defense, and he's an okay receiver. Travis Hunter is a top player in the country at both positions.
Yeah, and he doesn't even get a ridiculous volume as far as wide receiver.
Yeah.
And he's still getting 100-yard games. You know, he's lights out.
My 3 spot.
Because you're saying though, there's been two-way players before.
Was camera
but,
stopped?
That's fine. But he plays both ways.
He's different though.
He's
Incredibly well. My 3, I'm just going to go through my top 5, then you can go through yours. My 3 right now is people are going to be like, Jalen Milroe.
Peter Woods.
Jalen Milroe for me.
Peter Woods.
And y'all are going to say I'm biased because I'm a Georgia fan.
Carson Beck.
It's Carson Beck for me.
It's not Carson Beck for me.
Hear me out. Right now, if you're looking at it, Beck would be my 4 or 5. But if you look at how I feel like he's going to do on the rest of the season, he has all the intangibles. He has all the target. He has all the guys in front of him that he can play really well. Carson Beck had 315 passing yards at halftime against Mississippi State and 2 touchdowns. He's a good quarterback.
I just farted.
Congrats. I really feel like I'm not going to say underrated, but I feel like he's a better quarterback than people give him credit for. My 4 is Milroe. Milroe's been good. Milroe's a great rusher. He's a bruiser, and he can throw the ball. And he has a ton of targets around him. A great offensive line. Number 1 in the country, in my opinion, for sure. So he's set up really well. And
You're really saying Carson Beck's a better quarterback than Jalen Milroe?
You might say I'm biased, but yes, I do.
But here's some of my things about Carson Beck, or as far as the Heisman goes, because the Heisman is supposed to go to the person that has the biggest impact on their team.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of weapons to throw to. He has a very good line protecting him, so it's easier for him to look good.
Exactly.
And
so does Beck, but if you look at his wide receivers, he didn't have anybody that super stands out.
But go back to college football. He has 2 tight ends that are superstars.
He does. All right, but here, let me give you my 5.
Okay, hold on.
My 5 spot's still in Gabriel.
Same.
He's been good, but he's not.
Back
top
to the
3.
Heisman thing. It goes to the person who's most impactful to your team. If that is right now, that is Travis Hunter 2, Ashton Jeanty 1, Jalen Milroe or Carson Beck's not 3. It's Dylan Gabriel 3. But I'm going off of best player. I think that's what they should go off of. But back to most important to their team. Back when Shaq was for the Lakers, he was so dominant.
Wrong sport, Max.
Add this to the clip.
Max was like, "You remember in 1892 when the Hurricanes?" It's like, what?
He has so many of this. He had too much spice. He forgot what the podcast was about.
Anyway, Shaq was really
what
good.
was
There.
in that drink?
Bro's having
Like, so what is in that water bottle? What did it do to him?
Bro's gonna have to sub out.
Shaq was having a really good year for the Lakers.
Back to Shaq.
Allen Iverson also had a really good year for the 76ers. I think this was the year they won their 2nd championship for the Lakers out of the 3-peat.
Get through the basketball and get to the football.
Shaq was going for the MVP. He got every single one of their votes except 1. That was for some guy voted for Allen Iverson, and he said Allen Iverson was more important to the 76ers than Shaq was to the Lakers because Shaq had Kobe, obviously. So it's on topic. Like what I'm saying, Ashton Jeanty is the best player, but anyway, my top 5.
Definitely impactful to his team. They're barely winning with
Yeah.
score.
Name another Boise State player except for Ashton Jeanty. You can't.
The turf.
The turf. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
He goes, good point. Ashton Jeanty
Forgot
won.
about
I don't need to comment much about this, but I said this. I haven't seen his
The what?
movie.
Him being compared to Michael Myers, just because of the way he stands in the backfield.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
You touching my foot?
No, I want your water.
Okay. But he's like a Dalvin Cook for Florida State back when he was good. I wasn't around by then, but I was. I just anyway. He is like a Dalvin Cook for Florida State. He's very good. To Jalen Milroe, I think, brother, he went from everyone's easy top 1.
Brother, listen.
to now bench 4 in a matter of 2 weeks just because he played.
Yeah, I know my stuff.
If we see Bama versus Georgia, Jalen Milroy, I mean that's a very close
We
Heisman.
saw Diego Pavia.
That's my highest one. No, I'm kidding. Put him in my 3 spot.
Brother.
He's more likely to win it than Beck.
Anyway, 3, Travis Hunter. I think he's good. I just think
3? Oh.
I think he's hurt.
That's what Langston thinks.
He is hurt.
He could be out for a week and still win.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like he can be out. I think he can be out 2, maybe 3 weeks and still have a chance of winning. But like any more than 3, it's gone.
I don't think even with 2 weeks, I don't think you see him winning with. See how good.
Yeah, even 2 would be tough.
I don't. 1, sure, but Ashton Jimmy, even how good he's playing, he's on track for like 2005.
I'm gonna stop eating these things. Ooh,
They're good, but they're spicy.
they're very spicy.
For Carson, I just feel like very funny. So I was watching the Georgia Bama game. Carson Beck before never wore a mouthpiece, right?
Yep.
Connect to your face mask. And the Georgia Bama game, he didn't do this with any other team. He did it with Bama. He wore a mouthpiece. You know why? Because he was afraid of getting popped hard. And he still got popped hard. So I see fear. I see fear in his eyes.
That exceeds fear.
I see this turtle of a man. This turtle.
If we're giving the award for the ugliest player in college football, he wins by a landslide.
Oh no, there's not clear, bro.
Ugliest neck, Carson Beck.
I mean,
Bro, I'm not gonna look up the college football players, but there's some ugly active college football players.
I will say, he's just, this turtle has fear in his eyes. I don't see him winning the Heisman. I never saw him winning the Heisman. I mean,
but you see him leading Georgia pretty far.
yeah, he'll be like the Stetson Bennett. Sure, he's good at Georgia, but he's garbage in the NFL.
I wouldn't say garbage. He just had some tough things going on, but that's
Called starting an NFL roster.
You guys haven't mentioned who just had a heck of a week.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders.
That's true.
He lost though.
Without his without Hunter after what? Without Hunter or Horn after the first half.
No, but you know who's their best wide receiver right now? LaJohntay Wester. He has been insane.
Shedeur Sanders, his entire college career, when we look back at it, will get overshadowed by Travis Hunter.
And his dad.
Mm-hmm. Like, you look at, we will look back at Travis Hunter on the College Football 25 poster. Say that man has the contention to be one of the best players in NFL of all time. We'll look at Donovan Edwards like, man, what a bust he is. Quentin Ewers, man, why is he so special? But we'll look at,
Why can't he stay healthy?
yeah, we'll look at Travis Hunter and you're like, you're the only good guy that came out of this. So he'll overshadow everyone. He's a better player than the entire Colorado team. That's how good he is.
Who, Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
5, Dylan Gabriel. I put him up here because he had a big game.
He's not even thinking about it. He's like, yeah, I threw him up there.
I don't know another college football player. I mean,
I was running late, so I was like, Dylan Gabriel, sure. I was about to put I was about to have Peter Woods, but didn't happen.
You can't put no.
If
Cade Klubnik would be more likely, and that would be like
defensive player is never gonna win the Heisman.
I mean, does Travis Hunter count?
yeah. I mean, I think that counts.
Yeah, I guess two-way players, but
Last one to almost
I
win
think
it
one day.
Ndamukong. Last one to almost win it was the Ndamukong.
Yeah, cornerbacks have won. Who won from Michigan? What was his name?
Oh. Yes, they made it 30 for 30 by
He
this.
said, oh, yes.
Yes.
Charles Woodson.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes! You just
They
farted
made-
again, didn't you? He went, oh, yeah. Lord.
They made it 30 for 30 about that. He should have.
And even
But-
he occasionally played wide receiver.
Yeah.
Occasionally. And I knew he played on both sides of the ball, but he was okay.
Yeah.
Like, he was not the special, and Hunter is special.
Bro, guess who was the runner-up? Guess who was the runner-up the year Woodson won?
Who?
Oh, no. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh,
You might want to check that drink,
Peyton Manning.
Langston.
Yeah.
You might want
I
to check
watched that
that
30
drink.
for 30 like 5 times, bro. That's a great 30 for 30.
Maddox got
And
into
then
some
let's see who was close.
deep
Oh,
waters.
Jerry Rice. and Chargers. No, he was.
Jadeveon Clowney was close. Jarvis Jones was close.
Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh from Nebraska.
Yeah, he was.
He was close.
He almost won it. He should have won it.
Aiden Hutchinson was close.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was semi-close.
He was top 5 that year.
That's a loaded class, though.
Did you see his injury? I saw an over-the-top picture of his shin. He broke his fibula, and for those of y'all that don't know, that is your shin bone.
Thank you.
And his shin, Maddox was like, "What that?" And his shin was wrapped. His shin was wrapped. Maddox is on something right now.
Oh, wasn't that water?
That is not.
Something was water. His shin was wrapped around some other guy's leg, like literally like that. I will show you if you would like me to.
water.
So, scary injury from him. He's out to 6 to 8 months recovery time. So,
And Dan
Speaking of
can't.
injuries,
hey, how about we had today in our weightlifting, our weightlifting coach
Bro, you talked about basketball.
for football,
It's irrelevant.
for football is a Ravens fan, and we all just stepped forward. He was like, he always says, "Come hither." He said, "Come hither," and so we all stepped right up.
Come with her
And
microphones.
he said, "Everybody put your heads down." He said, "Bow your head, close your eyes, and put your hands together." And we were like, "Oh my gosh, what just happened? Like, did somebody on the team get hurt or something?" He goes,
praying.
"Can we all have a moment of silence for the Dallas Cowboys
Bro, they got
and the
embarrassed.
Jacksonville Jaguars?" Because one guy in there is like a huge Jaguars fan.
Who? Oh,
don't
no,
know.
I know his name. He looks really weird.
Landon Cook. You
Does
don't
he
know.
look just like his dad? His dad's a really big
Is
dude.
he short white kid?
Yes! Yes. Does he have a buzz cut?
It's short. It's like a fade.
Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
said-
it was so fun. We like lost it. That was so funny.
we were like mutual
Yeah, we're
friends.
getting off topic, but how about the Detroit Lions?
I designed hook and ladder to your lineman, bro. That was so rude.
Holy cow.
And also, all right, everybody knows CMC's injured,
Dude,
but I saw him in a commercial the other day.
Dude, I was so mad at that. We were watching TV, and I saw Christian McCaffrey on the commercial. I lost it.
I know, bro. That's what
I was like, he should not be there. He's
on
in
my
Germany.
heart because
He's
he's
in
ready.
Germany right now.
He's in Germany.
I was thinking, bro. Anyway,
I had-
let's get back to college football.
I had
Let's
to
finish
trade-
this episode.
I had to trade Christian McCaffrey
We're
away because
going
he's
long,
freaking
boys.
in Germany.
All right.
This is a good episode, but
That's
was
the end of the
fun.
episode. So that was it
It was a good time.
for.
we have an announcement to make.
Oh, we do.
We do?
The one we didn't announce.
The one we didn't announce last time.
What's the announcement?
Did we announce that last week?
We did
No,
not.
it's
He
Oh.
censored it.
So,
We haven't announced
did you
anything.
actually censor it?
yes.
If you haven't
Okay.
noticed, there's a new host on the show.
And he is, drumroll please, the new permanent host of Gridiron Talk.
Yes, sir.
Langston will still be here.
Langston's
He'll
a
still
tech
be
guy
here.
in the back. You'll still hear him. He'll still be talking.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a good group going right now. I like
Pick
it.
3, Miami Heat. That was a great team.
What? We just want to start an NBA podcast
Cut
at
it,
this
cut it,
point.
cut it.